Hey everyone, get ready to take notes because for today's Bible study, as requested by one of you in the comments, we will dive into the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 1 to 7. We will delve into the essential points from this passage regarding our Christian duty to submit to governing authority and the circumstances under which we may be justified in disobeying this authority, particularly when it comes to our relationship with God. We will also draw some examples from the Bible to help us gain a better understanding of the concept. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Romans chapter 13 verses 1 to 7 instructs Christians to submit to governing authorities which are instituted by God to punish evildoers and praise those who do good. However, this command is not absolute and must be understood in the context of one's ultimate allegiance to God. We must remember that all authority originates from God. Paul states that all governing authorities have been established by God for his purposes. Romans 13:1. This means that to resist authority is to resist what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment. Romans 13:2. This is a general rule, not an unqualified one. The purpose of government from a biblical perspective is to maintain order and justice by punishing those who do wrong and praising those who do right. Romans 13:3-4. The government is described as a servant of God that carries out his wrath on wrongdoers. Romans 13:4. Submission is not blind obedience. While Christians are called to be subjected to the government, they are not called to a blind obedience that violates God's laws. When human law conflicts with divine law, Christians must obey God rather than men. Acts 5:29. Paul gives two reasons for submitting to authority: to avoid punishment and for the sake of conscience. Romans 13:5. This teaches Christians to submit to God's ordained system of authority, acting with a clear conscience before him, not just to avoid consequences from the state. As part of this submission, Christians are to fulfill their civic obligations, including paying taxes and giving respect and honor to those in authority. Romans 13:6-7. When Paul wrote this, Christians were living in the Roman Empire under Emperor Nero, and their primary loyalty was to Jesus Christ as their Lord, rather than Caesar. This made them suspects to the authorities. Paul's message is a practical instruction for how to live peacefully as model citizens without compromising their faith. Applying this passage today involves navigating the tension between respecting authority and resisting injustice. Christians have a dual citizenship in both earthly and heavenly kingdoms. In countries with constitutional governments, Christians can engage in lawful and peaceful means to influence and reform their government, such as Paul did himself when he appealed to his rights as a Roman citizen, as stated in Acts 25. It's crucial to distinguish between submission, a posture of respect for an authority structure, and obedience, following